Greetings, peace and love. Happy Friday. All right, today is Friday. It's a new month in 2021. It's October the 1st. And today, our holidays, thanks so much. Sorry, my name is Kimberlie Wright. Thank you so much for joining Handmade Pottery. Our holidays and events for today, if any of these might possibly inspire you to do a DIY or a writing or something, you feel free to jot down any information or ideas. All right, today is Chinese National Day, International Coffee Day, International Day of Older Persons, National Black Dog Day, National Fire Pup Day, National Hair Day, National Homemade Cookies Day, National Lace Day, National Poetry Day, woo! World Smile Day. Let me see y'all turn the corners of y'all mouth upward. Good job. All right. And World Vegetarian Day. Really nice for October 1st. So that gave me an idea of something to do for the class. Let me write down my idea. And once again, if you have any ideas or anything you want to put forth for the class to make for projects, suggestions, please let me know what they are, and I can put them on our list. All right, so today what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna quickly, all right, I found my page. Y'all want to laugh? All right, I know y'all probably said yeah. All right, so you know how you like, well, anyway, I washed my hair this morning, right? And so like, as I was getting ready to getting dressed and everything and ready to leave, you know how you stick a pick in your hair or like a comb or something, just stick it in there. So I wasn't like really rushing, but I just wanted to make sure I got out of the house on time. And as I started wrapping my hair, I didn't notice just up until now that I still had that comb stuck in my hair. It's right here. I'm like, I still got a comb in my head. So
I said, open up your brain in it. Wow.
All right. That was funny to me. All right. This isn't what we're doing today, but I just want to quickly show you how fast it can be. This is one of the participants' work right here. But anyway, I didn't ask for permission. But however, as you can see, the piece was broken in a few places here. Oh, wow. All right. So it's about
really nice.
It's about 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So what I'm going to do, just to quickly repair that, first of all, if you're repairing it on newspaper, that's fine. But remember, you have to pick it up. So that's why I already have this batch under it, or this board, so that once it's getting ready to dry, I don't have to move it anymore. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually spray gently where the areas are where it needs to be replaced, fixed, or joined back together. Then I'm going to take my slip. All you need is slip, water, and a brush. I'm going to take my slip and a brush and get some that's really slurried and add it to each side. of the edges. And I'm working kind of fast because, you know, that clay is already dry, and I wanted to work fast so that I can go ahead and get everything put back together. So also I had the pieces put together at first to see if I needed to raise something on this little piece on the butterfly right there. The little, I don't know what that's called, but it needs to be raised to be able to fit properly. And so what I'm using to raise that is paper towel. And now what I'm going to do is kind of put some slip or slurry around the edges. And not to go over the design too much, because you know you don't want to lose the design or the drawing of whoever artwork this is. All right. And so I just let that sit there for a second. I'm continuing to rub the glaze here, but you see I'm kind of going in a circular motion. And what I want to do from there is I kind of let the glaze sit there, so to speak, just a couple of minutes. I don't want it to dry. And I'm going to take a larger brush, something large and kind of smooth. And in this case, I'm going to use this fan brush right here and just water. Let me rinse it out. In just water, I'm going to smooth over that slip so that it can be smoothed out. You don't see me going over the whole piece, just the areas that need to be repaired. This is just water right here, just to smooth out the glaze, the slip that I added on top. Now, as you let this dry, if you can see cracks where you was actually adding the slip and everything, you can add some more slip. You can add like a little bit of clay with your hand and press it over the actual line or crack. Right now, I'm just taking my finger and smoothing over the crack areas, trying to blend or mend that clay kind of together, so to speak. And then right here, just in a circular motion. And even though it might even look like I'm pressing kind of hard, I'm not even pressing hard at all. And so from there, I just want to take my needle tool or a pro tool and gently, you know, add the design back if that's what you need to or desire. All right. So even though it seems like I pretty much finished with that, I'm going to be watching it as it dries to see if I need to add another coat of slip or if that's pretty much good enough. So I'm just going to carefully move this out of the way. That's why I already have it on that board. So when I move it, it doesn't break again.
So Kim, would you have to turn it over and do the back?
If you want to, I usually just do the front side, but because you sprayed the water and added the slip, I make sure to push it together really tight. But if you want to do the back and the front, I would do the back first and then get something really hard to flip it over or something flat to flip it over and then do the front. But when you flip it, you run the risk of the thing breaking again. So really quickly, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one right quick. It has like 2 breaks, and then I'm gonna show you all how to make some stamps. I would like everybody to at least make 2 stamps for when we return back to class or just for your own personal use. So I'm spraying on the broken parts. And so since that's raised right there, I'm gonna go ahead and already get me a paper prop set up right below that area. And so that the paper can stay in the shape that I folded it in, I'm gonna wet that. And that kind of fits, not perfect, but I want to fold one more time and just put that maybe right there, which is good. I'm spraying my ends again, and here, and here. I'm adding my slip. Pushing it up to the piece, slip. All right, so now I'm getting some more slip just to go over those two areas. And wherever I see, like if there's a big indentation or a crack, I kind of sit the slip there thickly to let it meld into that little space. All right, so if you have to work on two sides, just like I did, it should be enough time for you to go ahead and work on one other side, and then that'll be like letting that slip sit there for a minute. So now I just want to take my fan brush and gently go over, smoothing it level. But I'm barely even touching it. I'm letting the water smooth it because I don't want to smooth the slip down too thin off of the crack area, which is kind of like I'm doing it now because I see the crack line. So I'm going to add some more slip right there. All right, and so once again, I don't worry about repairing the back, especially if that's a part that I'm not gonna see, if it's gonna be glued to something or something like that. But you can repair, I will repair the back first, then somehow let that dry somewhat, flip it over, and then do the top. All right, that piece is repaired. I'm moving that out the way. You see, I already have it on the board. All right. Even though I'm going to come back and check on those later. So to make some stamps, you're going to need something that you're basically recycling. I was just looking at a few things around the classroom, and I realized if you have some old paint bottles that you're about to throw away because the paint has dried or either it's empty, you can clean the bottle out and save it. However, what I plan to use, and I know a lot of y'all drink wine out there, just playing. Anyway, some people have donated these corks, the wine bottle corks that go into the wine bottle for just donated them to the class for whatever use. But however, I thought this would be good to make some stamps for clay. And what I'm going to do is I've chosen some things out of you probably have a thing full of costume jewelry, which I have several bags of costume jewelry. Some pieces are in here are actually matching, where I could actually give somebody the earrings and wear them. But however, I was just thinking that maybe people don't even wear some of these styles anymore.
I do.
I know you're gonna say that because you already looked through my bags and got some earrings. Like, this is a pair of earrings, but this is like so old school. And you know, like even earrings like this, my grandmama didn't even call them earrings. She used to call them ear bobs. She'd be like,
Right.
where your ear bobs at? But anyway, so I've been looking through here to see something really cool that would make a stamp, and not just one time, that would actually, that I would probably be interested. You want to use something that you probably be interested in using more than once. And So far, I was just going through this a little bit more. I like this little thing right here. It's silver and gold. It's really cool. It could be on something, but anyway. I've looked for a few different shapes. And even this is a set of earrings. So I got stuff I could definitely give to people. And Miss Etheria,
I'll look through it when I come.
Miss Etheria, you know you're more than welcome to look through. I got about 6 or 7 bags of costume jewelry. All right. So this just a thing. It says special mother. How many pieces of artwork you gonna make that got something to do with a mother? I mean, I wouldn't make a lot of pieces myself. So you maybe, unless you're having a business that you making something for mothers, that would be good. But however, I'm just gonna push that to the side for a minute due to the fact that I have found a few pieces that I am interested in using. And I did see these like little whatnots I thought would be cool to get something out of. And I do see a few pieces that would really, really nice. I'm just gonna choose 2 because I was doing different stamps, and I'm gonna have these stamps in the classroom for anybody that would like to come back later and use them, or if you want to ask to say, can I use them stamps? Of course you can. All right. And I'm gonna take one more that's a little bit different from this particular case. And I encourage you all to, be creative. I just suggested 2 things that you could use to make stamps as your holder, a small paint bottle and or a cork, but you might have some other ideas that you can offer to the class to make. All right, which one of these y'all like? I think I'll choose that one. Sorry, I was gonna say which one y'all like the best, but well, anyway. That one's totally different. All right, so here we go. And it's so easy. I have a few corks, and these are all the pieces that I chose. Now, even though that piece about mother, I was thinking might not be all that popular as it pertains to continue to do a piece over and over. But I was gonna say, as far as people being religious, there are a lot of people into Jesus. So I was like, just gonna ask you all, what do you think about me putting that on a cork to use? And then I'm thinking like, is that disrespectful, or I don't know. That's what I'm wondering to ask you all. All right, so all you basically gonna do is add some glue. And I'm gonna make several at one time. So I'm just gonna add glue to 3 of these corks. And I'm using just about that amount because I know when I press it, it's gonna press out and I don't want it to get everywhere. And so I chose kind of like light pieces. And I thought this piece right here was really cool to add. Let me get my jewelry grippers and everything, because when you work with stuff like this, you definitely gonna probably have to take something loose. Like the back of this hook thing here. I don't want that part on there. And so I just opened that up and took that off. And now I have the button that I want. But what I want to do is basically just take a little bit of this glue from here and add it to the top right there. And I'm moving my finger so I don't get glue on it, and add a little bit to the bottom because I realized that I could make, let me put it down first, an eye. See that eye? Now I think the eye is a really popular symbol to make as it pertains to creating things. Somebody making a sandwich or wrapping something, please mute yourself. I can hear you plastic and stuff wrapping and rolling. All right. So for that piece, I want to add a little bit more glue because I see I'm going to need probably just a little bit more for the surface area. I'm taking that piece and sitting it down. on the actual stamp. And this is actually an eye. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the other end on there so I can tape that. I want to tape it so it sits still while it's drying and everything. So on one end, I think I'm going to use that eye. And the other end, I think I'm going to use this piece of plastic that makes it like something squiggly. All right, instead of gluing the piece, let's see, I better add the glue like this so that the piece doesn't fall off. All right, and I'm putting that right on the center like that.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to use this on the clay.
Yeah, all you gotta do is press it on the clay and it's gonna make the design. So that's what I'm saying. I want you all to make a few stamps on your own that we can probably like share and stuff like that. So I'm getting the tape right here. I'm moving it to, that glue is not going to dry that fast. It takes 24 hours for it to actually dry all the way. So I'm gluing the bottom side of the piece together. And I need to put a piece of tape on the top because that's the wobbliest piece. All right. And I'm bringing this other side up and right here. All right, so this piece is all taped, as you can see. And next week, I want them to be really sturdy and dry before I actually put them into the clay. We will try them out in the clay. Before class, I had already made one that I thought would be cool with seashells. So this one has this seashell on it that you can make that pattern. And this one has one of those seashells with like the holes and everything all on it. It kind of looks like a sea sponge.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and glue this particular piece here. Quickly turn it over. So these are really simple to make as long as you find the pieces that you want. That's what it really entails.
What kind of glue is that? That's the E6000.
E6000. And for this particular piece right here, I don't believe I even need a piece of tape because these—
Turn it over again. Okay.
These pieces are pretty much flat, but this particular side where the glue came out, I'm curious to know if that glue is going to dry like beads, and that'll give an impression in the clay as well. So I'm just going to sit that to the side like so. And so far I've already made 3 that you can see back there. And I want to go ahead and make one more. And you see these old school buttons like this?
I have plenty of them.
It has a very unique design on it, but I'm wondering, it's in leather too. I'm wondering, will it make a design on the clay? So I'm definitely going to make one out of that. But y'all know I got to take this thing off or either push it into the cork somehow. And I could do that by straightening it out too. Because one side doesn't seem like it's moving per se.
I would just push it down in the cork.
Yeah, but it's bent a little, so I got it off. All right. So that particular side, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and push that on the cork like so. Straighten it up. And that's that side. And just for a set, I really like this this button here. This is the back of it, but the front kind of gives you like faceted sides like a diamond. I think I'm gonna use something else first on this. I think this will make a really good impression.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue right here on this cord with the button and add that piece. And I do want some tape on this piece to hold everything.
Bring your hands down some.
So all you have to do is stamp it into the clay like so, just stamps. And they sell stamps at like the ceramic pottery stores. They are really expensive. You might get a stamp like that size with a leaf on one side and a flower on one side. They might be like $20.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I never even bought any for the class, because as far as our budget, our money, I would rather get more stuff like clay and glazes rather than to spend $100 on 5 stamps. All right.
Kim,
Yes.
do you remember the stamps we made in class? Everybody made a stamp. You remember?
Yes, and it was actually out of the clay.
Yeah, I still got mine.
Okay. Have you ever used it?
Yep.
In clay, you pressed it in the clay and used it?
No, I touched it in some ink and hit it on the back of an envelope.
Oh, wow. And did it work?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. It sounds cool. What was your stamp, if you don't mind me asking?
My stamp had my name on it and my sign. I think that's
Okay.
yeah.
So these particular pieces I really like, so I'm going to continue to make these stamps with just the pieces that you see here, and you'll see why I really like them. This piece, you see that one? I think that'll make a good impression. And even this one. This is a piece of plastic, but it's kind of like a heart type, Victorian type shape. I'm gonna glue that one. And then I found a charm that's really like a sand dollar. I don't know where to glue it on that side, so I guess it'd be this side.
It's like a sundial.
Sand dollar.
Oh,
You never knew that these things was called sand dollar?
I
It's
don't
like
know
a
what
shell.
that is. Yeah.
It's a
It's like a shell.
yes. How many people ever heard of a sand dollar?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
It's a shell. I got one. You can find them on the beach.
Yeah, I have one too. Sand dollar.
Right, I wear it around my neck sometimes.
Okay. Oh, you talking about you got a gold one, don't you?
No, it's silver. Actually, it's silver.
Oh, I thought you had a gold one. All right, Mr.
What
Theory,
is the one you have?
this one is gold. Why? Don't use it. Keep it for you so you can have it.
Yes. So they actually come like that on the beach?
No, not gold. Look, I'm showing you. This is how a sand dollar looks. You see the pictures? You see the photos, Miss Ethereal?
Yes.
These are how they look on the beach.
Oh.
You never saw one of those before? And so now.
I might have. I didn't know what it was.
It's called a sand dollar. Okay,
DOLLAR.
Yeah, like a $1 bill in the sand. So look at this. You probably can't see it all the way, but it has the flower in the center and the little holes on the end.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You done messed me up now. So since you said you want that, I'm saving that one. All right.
Oh God.
This piece is like some kind of circle.
Are you jealous?
This some kind of little circle with little balls on around it. So I thought that would make a cute.
That have a name to it, that infinity thing.
For real?
About women, like the wedding band.
I'm gonna
what
use
is it
this
called?
rhinestone. I'm gonna actually use a button. I want to see how a button is gonna turn out. And I saw this earring that's, you can see it's not like leveled, it's like warped, but it has this really neat design on it, and the thing is metal, so I know it'll stick down in the pieces really well. And these particular buttons, I'm cool on all those. So as you can see too, when I pour out all that costume jewelry, I pour it in a bowl, because if you pour it on the table, some of those beads and stuff will be rolling out everywhere. You'll have to be cleaning up on the floor. And so I'm taking glue. Once you find your pieces, like I said, I'm taking glue and put it on 3 sides. And that'll be done made, I'll be done made 7 stamps already in class, which you could get 14 different shapes out of. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put this rose on one. It looks like a plastic rose. This one on another one. And the button. And now we're gonna go to the opposite side. And since I have this rhinestone right here, I'm gonna go ahead and use this button that kind of has this crystal design on that side. And I have to tape this one really tight to be able to get it to hold how I want. So what I'm gonna do.
Did you make an indentation in the cork for that to go in?
Yes, ma'am, I pushed
Did
it
it have
hard. That's why I said to hold it. It had a little piece of plastic on the back where you string it and everything. So I'm pressing it down really tight. And now
I mean, did the diamond shape have a point to it to go
No.
down into the cork?
No, it just had that little circle on the back like this.
Oh, okay.
Where you string it to put it on your clothing. And now I'm doing the other side really tight to hold it. So if you can see it is flushed down to the cork because I have that piece sticking in there, but it won't hold unless I tape it. So that's what I did with that one. And I've done the rose and the button, and on the back of those.
That is called.
Talking about this rose looking thing.
No, I'm talking about that circle. It has a meaning for women. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
You talking about this right here?
Yes.
Oh.
I need to take a picture of it so I can identify it.
What are you trying to say? You seen that design before?
No, it has a meaning, that circle, the whole circle.
Oh,
it has to do with women. I can't think of it. Guess I shouldn't have brought it up.
It's okay. All right, I'm taping this piece. My tape is a little short, but I'm gonna make it work. And I have one more button, which I need to make 2 so I can get these 2 pieces because I like those pieces. And I'm gonna do the button on one side and this.
What 2 pieces?
The button, and these are 2 pieces that I like. So I'm saying I'm gonna make sure to use both of them. And the piece that Miss Ethery can't think of the name of that she should have never brought up. I'm just joking.
Oh.
All right, so that's that. And what I noticed is that it's so much glue in the inside here. I don't want that to obstruct the design once it's actually dried. So I'm digging that glue out of there with a piece of paper and throwing it away. And now I'm ready to take that down. All right, I hope you all think you have some interesting pieces around there, or something you can make a stamp out of, and even being creative to show us, something different that you possibly did. But I would love for you all to make 1 or 2 stamps to show, swap out, share with the class. Once we get back in class, we can use them. You know, like it's been certain times in class where people brought different stamps and everybody used them. Like I think one time somebody brought here like a little breast cancer ribbon. Everybody wanted to use it, you know, so we have different things that we offer. All right, for my last piece, I just saw something and I'm gonna let y'all choose for the last piece. I'm gonna take this off. I thought the lines were interesting on that. However, the piece that I'm definitely using is this one. So this is my last stamp. I'm gonna add glue lightly. Well, I need a little bit more in case when we start pressing, it doesn't just crack off. All right. And do you think I should, for the other side, do you think I should use this? Is this more interesting or this piece?
Oh, I like both of them. But does the black and white piece have
It's
like
raised.
grooves?
The white part
Yeah,
is raised.
Yeah,
See?
I like that.
See?
I like both of them, but I think I like that one more.
Okay, cool.
That one.
All right. So I'm putting that on and I'm taping that piece as well. Even though it's flat, I just don't want it to, well, maybe I don't. That piece doesn't need to be taped. It's really flat and it's not going to slide anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which really makes 16 different stamps. What did y'all think about the cross? Don't do it.
Isn't he gonna be backwards? It's gonna
What you
be like
mean? He gonna be glued
when
on
you,
like,
yeah, when you press it
glued
in.
on like this.
Yeah, when you press it, then
When
the
you press it,
knees
it's just
gonna.
gonna be a cross with a looking like a body inside of it. But to me, what I'm asking you all is, should I even use this? But I guess people would only really use
Yes,
this
you
if they do
should.
it.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
I'm talking about when you press it in, the knees gonna go down into the clay.
Yes, because
And
look, he's raised.
uh-huh.
It's still
I
gonna
think
make
you
the impression
should.
of a body. But I was
Right.
just saying, somebody who's making something religious could use this as to make a border, or you can even. All right, let me just go ahead.
Well, I'm not talking about the fact that you know, not to use it. I'm just pretty much asking the question, really. The knees, when you press it down in there, the hands, instead of them standing out, they're gonna be down into the clay, or the knee
The
gonna be
whole
down
body, the whole body is gonna go into the clay first. And then
Right.
this little piece, so you have to keep pressing to get the cross in. But you're gonna get the cross and the whole body impression.
I understand what you're saying.
I know that.
It's gonna be face down.
Yes, thank
But
you.
what I'm trying to say is, even if it was upright or face down, Miss Ethereal, it's not gonna make such a good impression that you could see it detailed. Only thing you're really gonna be able to tell is it. We know this symbol so it's been ingrained in us so much that you're gonna know it's a cross and it's supposed to be Jesus on it.
Okay.
All right, I got that side. You was about to say, go ahead. Sorry.
Regina, I love you.
I love you too, May.
All right, for the other side of the Jesus, do y'all think I should put this piece and around these flower petals is like some little grooves, or this piece?
What is that?
It's just a button.
But what's that design on there?
It's like
a triangle.
Something.
A what? A what?
It's a something.
No.
Right.
No. No.
What?
You ain't got nothing else.
It's not about it really matching. It's just about having something unique.
I understand that, Kim.
Y'all are so funny. She said, I understand that, Kim. Okay. I see. What you want me to do? Get something else religious or what? Or just something
It
else?
don't have to be religious. I just don't think, I just don't see them two pieces. It doesn't have to be religious.
I kind of like this. I like this piece right here, Miss Regina, but I just don't see nobody using I mean, we use hearts all the time, but I just don't see nobody using no heart with no with the cross in it too much.
I
Well,
like
no, you
that
don't.
one.
It,
Yeah,
I like that too. It's
that.
a symbol of love. Yeah, it's a symbol of love. We need some of that.
Yes, you do. I mean, we do.
So put that one on there. Or save that for
Yeah.
you, Mr. Theory.
Yeah. Or save it for Ethereum. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
You want to keep this. All right, I'm gonna put that one on there. And I got your sand dollar. All right, so that's the last stamp I'm making for today. I'm holding the Jesus piece, the Messiah, the sun. Oh man, glue all on my hand. What in the world? Making a mess. All right. So that piece is there, and all I have to do is glue it. This is the hardest piece that I've done because it's like weird. Let me get the tape first and come from the bottom. That'll be better. All right, here is that side. So I know y'all got some found objects, some stuff y'all can make stamps with around your house and stuff like that. Just have fun with it. If you got something, put it to the side. Yep, this is the hardest stamp I've made because it's weird. Unless I'm weird. Don't say that, Miss Virginia. All right, so I got that piece done. And since y'all tried to rank on my last two pieces, I know I said I was done, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that flower on. I'm gonna go ahead and put this flower on one side.
Couldn't stand it, could you?
Just couldn't stand it. Then y'all try to talk about it so bad. I put this flower on one side. And I'm putting that thing, what y'all said, what in the world is that on the other side?
I like it.
But first I'm gonna get the tape so that one won't take as long. And glue. Put the piece down. I have to make sure to press that back button thing into the cork. And now I'm taping. And now all I have to do is wait until tomorrow or 24 hours. And I'll release the tape on these, and I have 9 stamps, which is really equivalent to 18 stamps.
You go, girl.
All right, and so really who I made these particular pieces for are the class. And even if somebody wants to check them out like library books, you want to say, Kim, can I check them stamps out and take them with you and bring them back? You're more than welcome to. All right. Any questions, any suggestions? Don't you know you can also make temporary stamps. We've talked about this. You can make some temporary stamps, meaning they have to be disposable. You can make stamps out of food. We talked about that, right? We talked about it. We talked about the fact that different foods have different textures, like skins of fruits, vegetables. Yes. You can press different fruits and vegetables, potatoes, all kind of things in clay, and that'll give you a design as well. You can also do potatoes and different fruits and stuff with paint, like acrylic paints and stuff, and that'll give you a good step. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you all how to repair a couple of pieces with just simple water and slip before you fire it if you have like any breakage, and hopefully you have a clean break, and also show you all how to create some stamps. And today we use cork, the corks that go into wine bottles. However, there are so many other things you can use as long as it's something small and you're able to, you know, handle it. And if the reason why I say small is in case you have a lot of them, they'll be easy to store.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Kimberlie,
Yes.
that message I sent you last night, I remember the class. And do I have to purchase that gesso or whatever gesso to prime the cardboard?
If you prime your cardboard, it will be one step. Well, if you already have drawings on your cardboard, I don't know how you're gonna prime it. But if you're gonna prime it, then draw on it, that will be good, because cardboard is somewhat like wood. It absorbs moisture. So as you paint your first coat of acrylic on your cardboard, it's gonna kind of like soak into there and become light, and then you have to do like another coat. But if you prime it first, then you possibly will only have to do one coat, because the primeness was gonna seal the cardboard from the beginning.
Okay.
But
well, I've already drawn it.
Oh, well, if you drawn it, I wouldn't prime it. I would just go ahead and paint. But in the future,
and do 2 or 3 coats
first. In the future, if you want to prime it first, then go ahead and do that. And that way, you know, you'll have a solid base art to start with. I'm not trying to bring art from another class. However, you know, these pieces were done on, these pieces were done on cardboard, Miss Ethereal. However, if you remember this piece I did, and it had a daytime and a nighttime scene. It was supposed to be like the same piece, but day and night.
Yeah.
Remember you said you like those?
Yes.
So I only did one coat in class as it pertains to the painting. If you remember, what really went down into the cardboard a lot was the white for the snow. And then one day in class, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and touch up that white. So really, that's all I had to do was touch up the white on those particular pieces. But the cardboard takes paint much better than wood. It's not gonna fade away as much as it would with wood. This is the same, another piece I did with cardboard. And I might have touched up the white a little bit, but everything else, the color took really well.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't use the gesso?
No. But for this piece, remember I did, you might have not been in class when I did the feather. But for the background, I painted it white with spray paint.
Right.
Yeah, so my boards, the reason why, now I'm thinking about it, I spray painted my boards first. Remember, I either spray painted them white or black. So gesso, you can gesso it, or I made sure, I just spray painted mine because I knew I was going to be starting a piece on them when I showed you all in class the 8x8. But I spray painted mine either white or black because that would give me a clean surface to start my drawing.
You do the front and the back.
No, ma'am. Why would I have to do the back?
I don't know.
Spray paint is expensive. I ain't wasting I'm not wasting my supplies for no reason unless it was only. All right, let me show you that piece I did. This is with the ocean wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's obvious. I guess I did spray paint the back unless that was already white. But let's see on another one. Okay, yes, I did spray. I don't know why I spray painted that, meaning like wasting my spray paint, but as you can see on my elephant piece, I didn't spray paint nothing back there.
What's the tape for?
Because that was the tape that was on the actual box from whatever was in the box. I just didn't take the tape off. And then look at this tree piece. Okay, so what it is,
The
I
shadow
might have
of the
did.
tree.
I might have did paint some of the backs of mine, but that's wasting
Okay.
paint. The only reason you need to paint the back is if you're doing something hanging and it's gonna be, turning and stuff like that. But you're gonna mount that to something, so you don't need to waste your paint.
All of those came out good, Kim.
Thank you. This piece right here, I'm not finished with the back cardboard. So yeah, don't waste your paint on the back sides unless it's something that's gonna be free form hanging. It's gonna be swamp turning or something.
Ooh.
All right. Anybody have any suggestions, questions? Please don't forget. I've asked a few of you. Let me see if there's some people here in this class. All right, I don't see anybody. I asked maybe Miss Vicky. Yeah, I asked for pictures for the breast cancer projects. I'm still waiting on those. If you all would please submit them. And if you have any writings, poems, any art, and I know that some people are still getting their artwork together, so you still have time. The event is October the 14th, 2021, so that's in 2 weeks. And it's on a Thursday. And so I want you to also know that Thursday on October 14th, class will be canceled because we'll be in the breast cancer awareness event.
But
Well, you
Right.
said that you wanted the pieces by the 8th for the breast cancer awareness, right?
Yes, but because I have to put together the slideshow, but if somebody has to wait to the 10th or the 11th, that's fine, but not like the 13th, because I'm gonna be done turned in my presentation for the show and everything. But the 8th,
Miss Wright.
that would be enough time to give me time to get the slideshow and everything together.
Miss Kimberlie Wright.
Yes.
I know you did get my breast cancer awareness picture, didn't you?
I did. Thank you so much. That's
You're
why
very so much welcome.
That's why I didn't call your name.
You ain't trying to be smart. I know.
No, I wasn't getting smart. I was getting dumb. I'm just playing. My mama be done punch me in the mouth by now. Oh Lordy. All right.
Okay.
Anybody have anything to say, show, share? If you want to pick up any of your pieces today, feel free. If you want to drop some.
You said we can bring them up that Monday, right?
Yes, I'm probably gonna be firing Monday.
At what time? You have a class on Monday?
Yes, I have a class from 10:30 to 11. It's yoga on Mondays, but I'm not gonna be firing until I get ready to leave the building, which would be 3 o'clock. So.
Okay, so I can come after your class.
Yes.
You mean
All right.
you finished some people's? Have you finished mine? I mean, you said something about picking them up today. I missed it.
No, the only person who has something to pick up today is Miss Gwendolyn Alexander.
Okay, I understand better now.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
May, what that you eat?
Miss Gloria Bell, you got something to pick up? Okay, no problem.
I'm eating cabbage.
Okay.
Especially the way she was chewing and her lips was all greasy.
Did you see her, Kim?
You went on and on. I had to eat.
You still eat.
I
You ain't
went
stop.
on and on. This clap. What the? Anyway, you're right. I love you all. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Thanks so much for joining Hand-Built Pottery and Mr. Theory eating that cabbage. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day and a safe weekend.
Have a good weekend, Kim. Bye-bye.